Hi everyone, I'm Linda Welbrock, the founder of Leading Women Entrepreneurs, and I'm honored today to have Lise Stewart here with us. She is the director of the Center for Family Business Excellence at EisnerAmper. And welcome, Lise. It is such a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you.
We can't wait to tell all of our viewers everything that you're doing, because you're having such an impact on this huge community of family businesses in the state of New Jersey, or actually nationally, I believe you're working with.
Right.
So let's start from the beginning and tell me a little bit about what you're doing right now.
Oh, thank you. Actually, what I'm doing is having a lot of fun. This is the most rewarding and exciting and interesting work. I feel so lucky because every day I get up to go to work. I'm like, it's the work day.
Yeah,
it's
that's
wonderful.
Nice.
Yes.
That's a nice feeling to have.
It's perfect because, really what we're doing is saving family businesses. In fact, we like to say that we are changing the fate of business in the U.S. one family at a time. I think a lot of people don't realize that family businesses are the majority of businesses in this country.
No, I didn't. I mean, talk about those statistics you were sharing earlier.
Yeah. So in the U.S. today, somewhere between 80 and 95% of all businesses are either family-owned or closely held, particularly small businesses. And they're struggling. They're struggling right now because of just basic demographics. Yeah. Business owners are trying to figure out what to do with their business, and they want to pass it on sometimes from generation to generation, or figure out what they're going to do, sell it, or what are they going to do with the rest of their lives. So they're really facing what's sometimes called the silver tsunami.
Okay.
Right?
So
yes.
If you hit the silver tsunami, how can you and your organization help? What specifically do you do?
Right. Well, I think that family business owners and closely held business owners, we're talking about partnerships and sole proprietorships too, one of the most important things is to plan. Too often, and we've seen businesses like this,
yes.
They wait till it's too late. They wait till they're much older, or they start to lose sort of the energy around the business. And the value of the business begins to drop just when they need it to be increasing.
Yeah.
So we need to, all of us, encourage people to start doing your planning early. Think about the future. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? How would you like this business to reflect your legacy? So if we can get them involved in that conversation, a conversation that a lot of people don't want to have, right? Then we can make a difference. So that's what we're trying to do.
Well, I loved a lot about your application, but part of what was really exciting is I feel like you have lived a hybrid sort of a life on the entrepreneurial side and the intrapreneurial side.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about how that is a key in your success now.
Right. Well, I was really virtually self-employed. I've run my own businesses for about 30 years, and during that time did many variations of family business consulting. And I loved it. I've worked with very small businesses. I've worked with emerging businesses and startups and those that became very successful, and really large companies too. So it was just so exciting for me when a couple of years ago, EisnerAmper approached and said that they felt like this was really important and that there just weren't enough people doing this, and they wanted us to join forces. And so what was exciting was the opportunity to come into a large organization like this and to benefit from both their attention and resources, and to reach an even wider audience, which is fantastic.
Well, I think it's the perfect blend. Obviously, you have the experience from a personal side, and now bringing that knowledge and that foundation to the corporation. It's, like I said, a perfect match. So let's talk about advocacy for women. How specifically are you in EisnerAmper advocating?
Right. Well, I think that another thing that people don't realize is that in the family business world, women taking over in the family business is one of the most remarkable trends. It used to be that it was always going to be the oldest son, right? And so now what we're seeing is that women are stepping up. And what's particularly interesting is that they don't necessarily want to run the business the same way that their fathers did, or their brothers or uncles. They want to find their own signature leadership style to be able to do this. So on the private side, we've been running a women's organization called Cirque du Sophia, where we take women business leaders who are trying to move into the family business arena and help them to develop that signature style. And at EisnerAmper, in our Family Business Center, We're really focusing on that too. Special programs, special services that are particularly marketed to and are developed to support women who are moving into that position.
Great. I mean, that sounds like it could be very resourceful to a lot of different people. So what is your biggest challenge right now?
I think that the biggest challenge is really trying to change the conversation. I think that if we could be successful, and when I say we, I don't even mean just EisnerAmper, I mean all of us that touch businesses. To be successful, we need to make conversations about transition and succession just as common as conversations about profitability and sales and marketing, right? And if people realize that this is an important part of business and it's an important part of life and it happens to all of us, so if we can change that conversation, we can actually make an enormous difference to business owners, to their employees, to their communities, and actually to the economy as a whole. We have a big job ahead of us, and it's going to take all of us to change that conversation.
I love it. Well, it feels like it's rolling right into my next question, which is the theme for your recognition event is Transforming Tomorrow Together.
Right.
What does that message mean to you?
Well, you know, it's actually a perfect message. I have said many times that the way in which we're going to make a difference in this world is when we all come together to help each other, particularly women. One of the things that we know about women is sometimes we're slow to ask for help. We're slow to reach out. We often see that we have broad shoulders. We're used to juggling a lot of different things together, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So we need to make it okay, both have that conversation, to ask for help, to admit that we are vulnerable, but in that vulnerability, we're also very powerful. So if we can link arms and come together and make it okay to ask for help, and then bring those resources that we all have to share to bear on these challenges, we're going to rock it. It's going to be wonderful.
You're fantastic. I love listening to you speak. I want to come to your next presentation, wherever it is, because you're just so lovely to listen to.
Thank
and
you.
If that doesn't happen before we recognize you, I can't wait. Well deserved. I applaud you on your work. And we can't wait to celebrate you in October 15th at the Liberty House in Jersey City.
I'm honored, so thank you.
Thank you.